Music is hard. Not music itself, I mean like it is, but learning new music software, this was a challenge. Welcome to the 4th or 5th devlog for PRISMA, I can't really remember at this point. This devlog will cover all the things I got up to related to creating a soundtrack for the game. If you want to hear the song right now, here's the time if you want to go to that. I really hope I remember to edit this in, but if you don't want to skip a beat, just watch the video, okay? For my game dev projects, I've used Boskus, this one, to create the music. This has been a great little program and really fun to use, but the main problem is that it's not very modular and advanced, and for Prisma, I wanted to use a bit more of a robust music software. So I tweeted this in hope to get a list of programs to use, and thank you so much everyone for your responses, they were incredible. But with this massive amount of input and suggestions, this meant a lot of testing out and narrowing down programs to use. I'll save you all the details about how I downloaded, tested, got frustrated at, and repeated this process countless times. But I do really appreciate all of your suggestions for these programs. Here's a list of all the software I looked into and most likely downloaded to test out, and links will be in the description. After much testing and playing around, I finally settled on FL Studio. One of the more popular programs suggested, and as it shows, one that has a lot of tutorials on it. I looked up heaps of tutorials and videos to get me started using the program, especially ones by this guy by the name of In The Mix. If you ever want to get started using FL Studio, I highly suggest these tutorials, they were really great. So, hopping into FL Studio, I really had to spend some time just playing around and understanding how it worked, as I've never really done this before. Once I had the general gist of it, I began creating some chord progressions. If you're unfamiliar with this, chords are sets of notes that when played together or in sequence, create a usually nicely sounding harmony, or they don't have to sound nice, whatever. A progression of these chords are what make up a chord progression, and gives the song its real feel. I simply used a grand piano sounds for these chords. To give a bit more backing to these sounds, I added a simple drum loop, with a kick and a hi-hat. Nothing all that special, but definitely needed with this type of music. To complement the piano sounds, I duplicated the progression over now onto a string ensemble sounding track, and this is where I really started enjoying working with FL Studio. These string sounds were really nice and clean, and overall, just fun to use. Bass, I add bass, yep, just took the root notes of the chords and bassed it up. With all of these fundamental parts in place, with backing chords, drums, and the bass, it was time for a bit of a melody. I used an electric piano sound for this, and I think it fit together quite well with the composition. A melody is a phrase of notes which often follow the lyrics in modern songs. It's the catchy bit and tune that people remember. As I continued working on the song, this became less of a melody and more of a filler loop, but I still enjoyed it. And then I kinda just kept playing with it a bit more, shifting the loops around and playing with some different sounds. The big thing here is that I added an automation track, which I used to adjust the volume of different sounds at different parts of the song, such as getting louder at the climaxes and in the more of the middle range during the other sections. And that's about it for the making of the song. I did this all in about a night and I had just a lot of fun with it. As you'll hear in a second, it has turned out super chill and light. Even though Prisma is a very upbeat, neon, flashy game, I somehow think this relaxed soundtrack is going to fit in well with the game. Please let me know your suggestions, I'd really love to hear them, and I'm planning to create some more tracks like this. I'll explain more in the outro, but without waiting any longer, here is the Unnamed Prisma song. So, what do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure that'll be really helpful as always. My plan is to create many more of these songs to fit into the game, and I'll be sure to update you all on the progress as I work through it, probably just on Twitter. I'm only using the free, unpaid version of FL Studio, meaning I can't save the project itself to work on later if I close it, but I'm very much considering purchasing it based on how well I was able to use it. Anyway, that's all for this devlog. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this devlog video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, and if you'd like to support my cat's ego, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, thanks. Bye.